I guess I'm completely willing to, look at, I know at times there's been a point of contention amongst tow operators as far as, who gets called when. I can tell as sheriff that I would look at all tow type issues in a very fair and objective way. Again, I know it's a hot button issue amongst the tow operators. I guess it's something that I would, as sheriff, have to solicit, sit down with the tow companies, look at what ways other counties have administered their tows, and try to come up with a fair way to disperse the tows amongst the tow operators within the county. Do I think that all tows should be within just Washington County operators? Well, if a person that's a stranded motorist requests a tow from outside of the county specifically, obviously they should be able to have their free choice of who they get for a tow service. And obviously deputies shouldn't be making any type of recommendations whatsoever as far as what tow company to use if they decide to call their own tow company. But again, as a sheriff, I would just kind of sit down with the tow companies, see how neighboring jurisdictions are doing it, and try to come up with a fair and honest way to disperse tows throughout tow operators in the county.
I really think our dispatchers really try to do a good job trying to disperse the tows between towing agencies. It's a difficult task. Oftentimes, I've been asked if why can't we have a tow rotation where you have, we'll call this agency now and then we'll just rotate around. And that works very well for a municipal police department that has 3 or 4 tow operators within their city limits. It's very easy to do that, to rotate around. When you're dealing with 436 square miles, it's much more difficult to have a tow rotation per se. So what they do is they try to call the closest wrecker that's in that area. And to answer your question specifically about only calling in county, no, we can't. I'll be very honest with you because there are times where it's just not practical. I wish, and I respect the opinion where you're thinking it's a Washington County, you're paying taxes, but I'll give you an example. Up in the town of Wayne, there isn't anyone up there 24/7 except for Lomira. Well, it can be a public safety issue if you have a vehicle on the side of the road that needs to get moved. It makes more sense to call Lomira to come down, just south of Highway 28 to get the vehicle. So we try to do it. It's just like Jason said, you try to be fair about it, and I would be open to it. I know some agencies have actually used a third-party contracting company where the dispatcher calls one number and that contracting company then disperses the tows out. That certainly could be an option on the table. But honestly, that would kind of take the onus off of dispatching. I think that's an option that we could explore. But I really do think that dispatchers do their very best to try to disperse them as equitable as they can.